Hey everyone, I'm Brian Craig. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe and click that notification bell. I upload new content here all the time. I live stream on the radio weekday mornings when I'm on the radio. I upload my podcast here, and I do random live streams like this. And you're not going to find anyone that loves Trump more than me. I promise you. Okay, I know you guys, a lot of you guys love Trump, but there's no way you love him more than me. So make sure you subscribe, click that notification bell, and save the stream, share the stream, I should say, on all your social media platforms, all right? Parler, Twitter, Facebook, Telegram, Gab. If a couple new things have popped up I didn't mention, do it there too. All right, so I know the conventional thinking is Cuomo's done. Governor Cuomo, that is, not Fredo, although he got himself in some trouble too, which we'll get into in just a little bit. Fredo Cuomo. Chris Cuomo. But now a fifth woman has come out against Governor Cuomo, and it's only Sunday, right? If you're watching live, it's Sunday, and this is going to be the beginning of a rough week. And, you know, when you go through these stories with Governor Cuomo, a pattern is starting to emerge, and the pattern is the way that he's inappropriate with the women, right? There's a pattern. And these you know, offenders have patterns. And, you know, I know it's a shame that this is what's getting him in trouble, not the thousands of people that died in the nursing homes in New York because of his incompetence and all of that. But like I've been telling people, they got Al Capone on income tax evasion, not all the crimes he committed that in murders that he was involved in and everything. So sometimes when you have these low-life guys, whether it's Al Capone or Governor Cuomo, you got to get them on what you can get, and maybe it'll open the door to have some justice done for all these people that died in their homes. So this is the latest. We got 5 women now who have come out against Governor Cuomo, and he's not backing down. There's no way I'm quitting. Defiant Cuomo calls fifth and latest sexual harassment accuser a liar. Yeah, they're all liars, right? I thought women should be believed, is what the Democrats said, and women have their story, and her story is what you're supposed to believe. And but he calls the accuser a liar. The Democrat leaders are now silent in New York. Ex-staffers reveal that they feared for their careers if they spoke out against Jekyll and Hyde Governor. Yeah, Governor Mengele, Governor Harvey Weinstein, Governor Cuomo here. And let's get in to find out what's going on here, because this is getting interesting. It just seems like it was the other day that the media were telling us what a great guy Governor Cuomo was, right? Top Democratic lawmakers in New York State remain silent after a fifth woman came forward to accuse Andrew Cuomo of sexual harassment, despite insisting the embattled governor should resign if any more accusers emerge. Now, I know what a lot of liberals will say, what the media will say. You know, you MAGA people, you Trumpers, you didn't believe any of the women that came forward about Trump. Why do you believe Cuomo? Well, first off, that's absolutely correct. I didn't believe any of the women that came out against Trump. Hey, April, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. But the worst thing that President Trump was accused of by these women that made accusations, what they were accusing President Trump of, which I don't believe any of them, by the way, but what they were accusing President Trump of was consensual sex, okay? Not that he did it, but they were accusing him of consensual, nothing non-consensual. All the stuff with Cuomo is non-consensual. Okay, so there's a big difference there. Not that Trump did any of those things, because I don't believe he did. Hey, well, you just got notified. That's awesome. Well, at least you got notified. Cuomo is scuzzy. Yeah, he is scuzzy. He is scuzzy. He is scuzzy. In a call with reporters on Sunday, Cuomo vowed not to step down and said that fresh allegations from accuser Karen Hinton were not true, labeling Hinton a longtime political adversary of mine. Oh. There is no way I resign. Let the Attorney General do the investigation and go from there, Cuomo said, adding that he will not be distracted by the allegations. You know, if Cuomo did one thing, he could turn the entire news cycle around, unless, a bunch more women come forward. But Monday morning, first thing, if Cuomo came out and said, all right, I am lifting all restrictions in New York, no mask mandate, all businesses can be open, just like Florida, just like Texas, and boom. Do you think these things would disappear if he opened up the entire state of New York and did away with the mask mandate? What do you guys think? I think that would be a pretty smart move for him to do. Yes. Yeah, Main Street Moments. That's my wife, Kathy, for those of you that don't know. Okay, so get back to this. He said there's no way he's going to resign. Cuomo's a freak show? Yeah, both of them are a freak show. On Saturday, Anna Liss, 35, and Hinton, 62, both made separate allegations of sexual harassment against Cuomo, age 63, bringing the total number of accusers up to 5. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Liss, who previously served as Cuomo's policy and operations aide from 2013 to 15, told the Wall Street Journal that during her time in his administration, the governor had subjected her to unsolicited advances. Now, let me ask you guys this. Unsolicited advances, does that mean that it's okay if the woman says it's okay, that he can make advances if she says, I guess so? Including, and when I hear including, that means including but not limited to, well, let's see. I'm reading these details for the first time, by the way. I'm experiencing all the excitement fresh with you guys. Including touching her lower back, kissing her hand, and quizzing her about her love life. See, this seems to be his favorite thing to do, is to ask women about their sex life and fantasize about it. This is what he did to the one girl that did the interview with Norah O'Donnell that was a rape victim. Remember that? See, this is the pattern that's emerging. Oh, man. Her claims were followed by Hinton, who recalled for the Washington Post, this is interesting, Washington Post, liberal Washington Post, Woodward and Bernstein, Watergate, right? She recalled for the Washington Post an incident in which Governor Cuomo summoned her to his dimly lit hotel room and embraced her after a work event in 2000. Hinton said she tried to pull away from Fredo's brother. I almost said Fredo. Fredo's brother, Governor Cuomo, but claims he pulled her back and held her before she managed to escape the room. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is these are the two women. Yes. I guess he likes the blondes. And here's his ex-girlfriend, Sandra. Poor Sandra Lee. What did Sandra Lee ever do? I know she used to date this lowlife, but they're split, and they have her name or photos of her in every story, like somehow she's got some role here. You got to feel bad for her. Celebrity chef, right? State Senator Majority Leader Andrea Stewart-Cousins, Democrat, is still yet to back up her stance from days previous when she insisted Cuomo should resign if any more women accused him of misconduct. And now we've got more women. Oh my gosh. Why do they need a certain number? Why is not just one or two enough? Assembly Speaker Carl Hesty, Democrat from the Bronx, has also remained radio silent in the hours since both Liss and Hinton's allegations were made. Amid the mounting allegations, other aides spoke to both the Wall Street Journal and the Washington Post about the toxic work environment allegedly cultivated by Governor Cuomo in his office. It included testimonies from two male aides who claimed Governor Cuomo would berate them using explicit language, calling them, and you guys can figure out what that word is, I'm not going to say it, okay, and saying that they have no, yes, I'm not going to say it either, but you guys can read it. I just don't like to use the profanity. I don't speak like Governor Cuomo does. Not on YouTube. Cuomo looks like that bad guy from Spider-Man. Which one? The one that was Dr. Octopus? Which one? The Green Goblin? Which one does he look like? Oh my goodness. Cuomo is a disgusting, crude, creepy worm. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Sandra Lee can cook. I would imagine so. She's a celebrity chef. Oh my goodness. I know it's not going well. Let's see here. Many of those aides said they would only speak on grounds of anonymity because they were fearful of Cuomo's wrath and his power to destroy their careers. That's the Washington Post. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, a Republican, also came out publicly to denounce Cuomo on Sunday, insisting the American people deserve better than governors such as him. You know, he is the head of the Governors Association. Have they taken that away from him yet? Yes. Oh, hold on a second here. Kathy, can you come and shut my door? The dog has come in, and she's going to start barking in a minute. So if you could come shut my door, because we have someone coming to the house, and as soon as they knock on the door, the dog's going to go nutso. So anyway, he is done. Governor Cuomo, he's done. You know, what do you guys think, though? Is he done? What do you guys think? Is Governor Cuomo going to be forced to resign? Is he going to be impeached and then remain in office? Will he be impeached and removed from office? Could he possibly still get elected again in New York? I think he has one more term coming to him, you know. Hey, Emily. Yes, yeah, I need you to come in here and shut the door, Kathy, because she's going to start barking. So if you don't mind, I can't reach the door because I'm here on this. I'm wired up to the studio. I can't reach the door. Behind the scenes, people, behind the scenes. Yeah, so what do you guys think is going to happen to Cuomo? I think he is going to never resign. Never resign. He's too arrogant to resign. You know, he's just too arrogant to resign. That's my, she'll leave. Nina, go on. Go on, Nina. Nina wants to hang out with me. She wants to be on the stream, I guess. Okay, all right. I guess you guys will hear her bark when we get a knock at the door. That's okay. Then your dogs will start? Yeah. I know. I can't reach the door because I got a mic on here, and the wire won't reach the door. So, you know. I say he does not resign. I don't think this guy's got it in him to resign. And, you know, here's the thing. This guy is a dirty, low-life politician. I mean, he's the lowest of the low, right? And the Democrats in New York, he knows everything about everyone, going back to his father's days. So, you know, this guy is very self-destructive. He's very arrogant. And if he were to be forced out of office, he'd start leaking all kinds of things about these people and all kinds of deals and everything. He's not the kind of guy that would go down without, you know, humiliating as many people as possible. So I would say he's not going to resign. And the Democrats in New York, you know, Democrats, just a handful of them have spoken out. Now they're going silent. I don't think they're going to do too much. I think this will continue to play out, and he'll ride it out. If he were a Republican, he'd be done. He'd be done by Wednesday, you know, maybe even sooner. But there would have to be something incredibly graphic come out. I mean, really graphic to force him out of office because, Merrill says nothing will happen. I would say chances are nothing will happen because he's a Democrat. I mean, look at all these Democrats, how they were spying on President Trump on Trump Tower. Anybody get in trouble for that? Democrats have immunity, you know? And people like this don't resign, not just because of their arrogance and everything. That's part of it. But once he resigns, he loses control of the situation and loses his power. His whole thing is power. You can tell he just loves the power. He's never going to resign. Not going to happen. And I don't think the Democrats have it in. If they're not going to take down a guy for all these nursing home deaths, why are they going to take him down for this? Just not going to happen. Unless something incredibly graphic comes out. Kissing on a hand and all this stuff, not going to do it. I mean, look what Bill Clinton did. Bill Clinton bloodied people's lips, Paula Jones' lip. Juanita Broaddrick came out and said that he raped her, and he got elected and reelected and everything else. So, you know, it's just, you know, Democrats, rarely does something happen to a Democrat. That's just the way it is. I know, but you know what? It doesn't mean we shouldn't talk about it, and it doesn't mean that we shouldn't expose it and call on him to resign and call on him to be removed from office, because you just can't say, well, they're Democrats, they're not going to do anything, and then ignore it. You have to at least embarrass them and shame them a little bit. You know, these people, Democrats, that's how they are. Oh my goodness. And look at this reporter here. Amy Britton, I've been a reporter for a decade. I don't think I've ever heard people as fearful to speak out about someone as they are Governor Andrew Cuomo. Yeah. See, and what do they say? His rage and vindictiveness. So this guy will destroy everyone he possibly can if he's forced out. And these people, these Democrats in New York, believe me, they got a lot of dirty business going on. And they're afraid. They're afraid. So no, nothing will happen to Cuomo except the public humiliation. And this guy, he doesn't seem to care. He had that press conference on Friday. He didn't seem like he had a worry in the world. What does his family think? His whole look at his brother. The whole family are the same way. They think he's the victim. You know, are you kidding me? Give me a break. And then here we've got Fredo. Do you see this? Could you imagine if Hannity or Tucker Carlson said this? CNN's Chris Fredo Cuomo, I added the Fredo, is getting ripped, and they use the F word here, as being blank offensive after joking that he's black on the inside. The 50-year-old brother, he's only 50? I thought he was older. The 50-year-old brother of embattled New York Governor Andrew Cuomo was quickly roasted after a clip was shared Friday showing him hand over to CNN colleague Don Lemon by singing the theme to the 1970s TV show Good Times. What a jerk. What a jerk. Laughing awkwardly with his eyes lowered, Lemon asked his fellow host how he knew the words, I guess, to Good Times, about a black family living in public housing in Chicago. Oh, really? In Good Times they lived in Chicago? I didn't remember that. See, there's my dog. She's starting to cry. I'm sorry you came in. You're stuck with me right now, Nina. I can't reach the door. I thought they lived in New York on Good Times. Oh, well. So anyway, so Don Lemon had asked how he knew the words, and he says, you know, I'm black on the inside, Cuomo says. While Lemon appeared to skip the comment, it was quickly picked up on the Twitterverse. Hey, Kathy, can you come back in here and get the dog? She's at the door. She wants you now. If you don't mind, if you could come in here, Kathy. And then someone, you know, I love how, look at this. Sister to Sister magazine's managing editor tweeted, I love how tweets all of a sudden are, you know, news stories. Well, I know it's not new all of a sudden, but they've become, AP, a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. That's him being less white. Yeah, black on the inside. I used to watch Good Times. I like Good Times. I did. I used to watch it. But I'm not alone. Well, we all used to watch Good Times. Do you know why we all watched Good Times? There were only 3 channels then. We didn't have 1,000 channels and streaming and all that stuff. So you didn't have much choice. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys this before we get on to this other stuff. Did you see this? Somebody took this photograph. I put this up on my Twitter earlier. And they're talking about the different companies. This is a grocery store. And someone tweeted this, and I retweeted it. So Goya, Hispanic-owned business. Whatever this company is, Nellie's Teriyaki Mix, it's a black-owned business. I mean, what is this all about? I mean, you know, is there some new type of food segregation going on? I mean, what's the point? You know, my wife and I were watching QVC the other day, In the Kitchen with David. I was talking about In the Kitchen with David on the stream yesterday. You guys know In the Kitchen with David on QVC? We watch it all the time. And David, he goes to this woman, you know, and everybody on QVC, they all zoom in now, right, because of COVID. And he said, he introduced her with the most bizarre thing I've ever heard a woman introduced as. She has this company. He introduced her with the name of her company and said that her company is a certified female-owned business. How do they certify that a company is female-owned? Do they do a physical examination to make sure they got the right lady parts? I don't know what that means, but that's what he said. I was very strange. A certified female-owned business. Very, very bizarre. But, what are the black-owned business, Hispanic-owned, what are there any white-owned food company? I guess Heinz Ketchup, right? Because Teresa Heinz, Carrie's wife's family, Isn't it racism on business-owned white, black? Yeah, it maybe in a time when it was unusual to have black-owned businesses. You know what I mean? Like in 1900, if there were not a lot of black-owned businesses in 1900, so that might be a big deal now. But I don't think it's a big deal now because we have equality in America. So it's not a big deal that there's a female-owned business or a Hispanic-owned or a white-owned business or whatever. I mean, mental institution certified. Yeah, a certified female-owned business. I thought that was just so bizarre. Just so bizarre. They're getting very woke on QVC. You had Goya for dinner tonight? Well, that's good. That's great. Dinner? Where are you? It's a little early for dinner. It's only, 20 after 5 in the afternoon on the East Coast here. Michelle says, I'm not racist, point blank. Every place of employment I've noticed, if the place had a black person as manager, they had to I wouldn't, that's the thing about about affirmative action and things like this. And some of the problems it causes because of things like that. People assume all the time if someone's black and they're in management that they got the job because of affirmative action or something. And maybe that's true, but maybe it's not. I mean, Clarence Thomas talked about that. He doesn't talk too much anymore, but he used to, the rare times he talked about how growing up, and I maybe Ben Carson's talked about that too, but I remember hearing Clarence Thomas talk about how people just assume that he has this job or that position because he's African American. And, that hurts, because he worked his way. Older people eat dinner earlier. Okay. I guess so. That is entirely possible. Yeah, see, this is what we were talking about earlier. See, the top leaders in Albany are silent. See, this is what I'm telling you, how nothing is going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. They just are not going to do it. All these people, we know one thing about Democrats in politics. They're all involved in dirty deals. Right? All involved in dirty deals. And Cuomo knows about all of them in New York. So he's, so they're afraid. Oh, by the way, anyone going to watch Harry and Meghan tonight, interviewed by Oprah? I think we're going to watch it. I'm curious. Are you guys curious? I'm curious. It's Sunday night. What else is on Sunday night? Not too much. So I'll watch it. It comes on at 7. You're eating dinner early. Okay, you're only 36. Yeah. This country focuses too much on race today. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it focuses too much on race. Well, that's the left. They want everybody to focus in on race all the time so they can divide people. Right? They don't like it. Trump was bringing people together, and, that's how they roll, right? Splitting people apart. That's how the Democrats are. And that's how they will always be. Now, this here in Florida, I've been telling you guys, Cuomo should open up New York, try to get the media off his back a little bit. And in Florida here, we've been open since July, 8 p.m., and it's going to be 2 hours. I don't know if I want to spend my last 2 waking hours on Sunday night listening to Meghan here whine about being held prisoner in a palace. I don't know. I guess I'll watch some of it and catch the highlights tomorrow if anything interesting happens. But in Florida, we've been open since last year, right? Since July. And it's spring break right now. And the beaches are packed. The bars are packed. And this is a great one. Daytona Bike Week is packed. And this is a big regular thing, in Daytona, Florida, Bike Week. 300,000 bikers descend on Daytona for Bike Week. And this is great. The bar owner says we're selling more $3 beers than $7 masks. And Daytona Beach, I haven't been there for a long, long time. But Daytona is one of the coolest beaches everywhere, anywhere, really. Because in Daytona, you can drive your car on the beach. You can't drive your car on very many beaches. So I'm looking to see if they have any pictures of it here. No, they don't have any pictures of the beach. Just the streets. Oh, wow. Yeah, but you can actually drive your car on the beach, on the sand, where people are laying out. They have it marked off so you don't run over anybody that's sunbathing, you know. But they don't have any picture. Oh, the naked cowboy that wears his underwear, he's there. Is he really naked? I don't know. No, but they don't have any pictures of the beach. But this is, look at this. Look at this. This is Mississippi. Oh, my goodness. Can you imagine? Look how packed that place is. You know, it's been so long since I've been someplace with a crowd like that. I think it'd be kind of scary, wouldn't it? It'd be so strange. How would you feel in a crowd like that right now? Would it throw you off a little bit? I think it would throw me off just a bit, you know. Just a bit. Now, this is something here. Okay, so Gateway Pundit. You guys should definitely be going to the Gateway Pundit. Oh, you're right, Michelle Moore. Separate. That's what they do. So Biden's made some history. First president in 100 years not to hold a press conference in his first 30 days. That is amazing. And he's also the first president to open the borders during a pandemic. Isn't that wonderful? Yes. This guy. That's amazing. The first president in 100 years. I guess that's when he first came to Washington. He was a freshman congressman. First president in 100 years not to hold a press conference in his first 30 days of office. And I love the Gateway Pundit. They just said it. Because he can't. They don't mess around, right? They don't speculate. They just say, he can't. And that's exactly right. Well, thank you, Florence. I appreciate that. Thank you. And welcome to everybody if you're just joining us. Make sure you're subscribed. Click that notification bell. He's the first president to not hold a State of the Union. Well, this one here, this is new because I thought it was 40 years without the State of the Union. Joe Biden is the first U.S. president to completely open the U.S. southern border to illegal aliens, even sick ones, during a pandemic. Well, yeah, that would not be fair, would it? 40 days in office? That's it? Biden's only been in office 40 days, guys. Really? It seems like a year, doesn't it? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. This is probably the slowest 40 days of my life as an adult, because when you're a kid, time goes by slow, but when you're a grown-up, time flies by all the time. I cannot believe it's only been 40 days. Oh my goodness. So who was president in 1921? Who was president in 1921? Anybody remember offhand? Who was president after Wilson? I can't remember off the top of my head. 1921. It wasn't Hoover. Was it Taft? Might have been Taft. I'm not sure. It does seem like a year, doesn't it, Michelle? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. This is going to be a long few years. Oh, yeah. Would it go faster if Kamala was president? Oh. I cannot believe it's only been 40 days. That's crazy. What is the date on it? Maybe this is... that's crazy. 40 days? It seems like 6 months. It really does. It does seem like 6 months. Why is that, you think? I don't know. Can you believe the gas, oil has doubled? Not the gas prices, the oil prices. A barrel of oil, the price has doubled since he's been in office. Oh, my goodness. Warren Harding. Okay. Warren Harding. Thank you. Oh, yes, the Democrats, what does it say about Democrats that they're always working so hard to give criminals the vote, right? They don't just want to give convicted felons the vote. They want to give the vote to incarcerated people that are in prison. They've talked about this before. They're out of their minds. I mean, what does it really say about them that they think that crooks, are part of their constituency. I mean, it's insane to me. Now, this thing here, not a lot of press coverage over the homophobia of Barack Obama. Brian, if you don't want to watch Megyn, you can tune in and watch Harris at the NBA game. I think, no. I've never watched an NBA game in my entire life. Is this the first time she's gone to an NBA game, by the way? Is she going to an NBA game for like the first time? Gas and electric has doubled? Oh my goodness. You're sick of Biden? I know. 40 days seems like 6 months. So look at this. Obama reportedly said that Pete Buttigieg could not win the presidency because he's gay and short. Well, the height thing is true. We've not had a president under 5'11" in the modern era. When he left office, Ronald Reagan was like 5'10" and a half, but he might have shrunk a half an inch in his 8 years. You got to be at least 5'11" to be president, And Buttigieg, he looks like not just Alfred E. Newman. He looks like who does he look like? What was the? Oh man, my mind's going blank with it. Dukakis. He kind of looks like Dukakis. Guy that height is never going to be president. Not in this era. But anyway, listen to this. In October 2019, this is on the Blaze, Glenn Beck's thing here. In October 2019, President Barack Obama reportedly told a group of wealthy black donors that former South Bend, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg didn't stand a chance to win the presidency because he's gay and short. Details of the New York City... If Obama spoke this honestly all the time, that'd be great. Details of the New York City fundraising event at which Obama allegedly made the controversial remarks are spelled out in a new book called Lucky, How Joe Biden Barely Won the Presidency, co-authored by The Hill's Amy, I guess that's Parnez, and Jonathan Allen from NBC. And in the book, they recall how Obama surprisingly went to bat for Elizabeth Warren. It goes into that, but yeah. Now, but I wonder, though, what did he mean? Because this is interesting, because he's gay and short. Buttigieg is going after Democrat voters. So is Obama saying that Democrats won't vote for a gay guy? What is Obama saying? I really don't know. Does Obama even know what he's saying? He probably does not know half the time. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Now, this really surprised me. Tucker Carlson brought this up, and I did hear about this, but I thought it was just something that was like a rumor. There's a service ribbon created for the National Guard members who were called up to the Capitol. And this is it, and it's a mix of the D.C. flag, a service ribbon because you were in a certain theater or something. And I was very surprised. There are a lot of major World War II battles that don't have a ribbon. And let me see, he mentioned a couple of them, and I was very surprised. Let's see if he mentions Guadalcanal. There's not this one really blew my mind. There's not a service ribbon for Guadalcanal, and they just, you serve there. Like if you're in a combat zone, if you're like in Vietnam, if you were in Vietnam, there's a service ribbon. If you were in Afghanistan, there's a special service ribbon. But a service ribbon for those that protected the Capitol. See, this is all about Biden and the Democrats making more to do. Obviously the breach was wrong. We all condemn the breach. But it was a one-day event. And they're trying to keep this as an ongoing thing, which it's not. And, giving out this service ribbon is just, the fact that nothing happened since January 6th in D.C., that'll be forgotten in the history books, but the idea that there was a ribbon will be. So this is part of trying to label MAGA a hate group and talk about how dangerous MAGA is and that we had to have the Army go to D.C. and protect us, and they earned this service ribbon that's exclusive for those that were, I guess, sleeping on the floor in the Capitol building and all that stuff while no one was around. This is crazy. And it was interesting when Tucker Carlson said that those who served in Guadalcanal didn't have a service ribbon. That blew my mind. I just assumed that they did have a service ribbon. But, it's what Tucker Carlson said, that the Imperial Japanese soldiers were not as much of a threat as Trump supporters. So that's why they didn't get a service ribbon. Tara Reade has proof. I don't know what proof she has, other than her good word, because it happened in the hallway. So she doesn't have a photograph or a video of it. What proof could Tara Reade have? It happened in the hallway. I believe her, but I don't think she could have any proof. If she had proof, it would have already been out there. Just, she might have told friends or something about it after it happened, but there's not going to be any photographic or video evidence of what happened to Tara Reade at the hand of Joe Biden, which is far worse than anything Cuomo's been accused of. Pelosi, I don't know. She just has to say open Biden and everything will be okay, right? And this is a new thing that Democrats are starting to talk about. Michael Moore is talking about COVID vaccine should be withheld from Texas because the governor lifted the mask mandate. And, he's not the first Democrat to suggest this. They were talking about this on MSNBC the other day. And I actually played some audio on my podcast on Friday about this. And they're talking about withholding not just the vaccine from Texas because the governor opened up the state, but holding back federal funding and other things that are used for medical treatment for Texans because of this. Now, first off, I'm sure most Texans love their governor because he's been elected and reelected, but not everybody in Texas did, and not everybody. But the entire people of Texas should have life-saving vaccines withheld from them because the governor is out of lockstep with Dr. Fauci and Biden. This is everything we talked about with Obamacare and death panels, because once the Democrats are in control of your health care, they start having death panels. They decide who gets life-saving treatment and who doesn't. And if they don't like you or you don't do what they want you to do, Joy Reid was on MSNBC talking about this too, so this isn't just Michael Moore. They want to withhold life-saving medical treatment from you because you don't do what they tell you to do. That's a death panel, okay? And that's why you don't want the government, especially Democrats in the government, having any control over your health care, because that is what they do. And if they had their way, they would withhold the vaccine and any other treatment they could imagine for any state like Florida that's opened up. It's crazy. And what's crazy about it is when they say something like that, they don't even hear themselves. They don't understand what it sounds like, or they don't care, right? And they think we're the hate mongers. They're out there talking about letting people in an entire state get sick and die because their governor's a Republican and defied Biden, so they don't get no vaccine for you. That's frightening. And all these stories, these stories that I'm going through a lot of them a little quickly here, but these are all huge stories that should be top breaking news stories on every cable news broadcast. Especially because it's not just Michael Moore. Joy Reid, primetime host at MSNBC, said the exact same thing about Texas. They're psychopaths. They're psychopaths, sociopaths. They're just evil. Democrats are just evil. They're the party of control. Yeah, that's right. They think that they know better than everyone. They're very arrogant. They're always right. And how dare you not listen to them? That's how they think. There's no getting around it. So yeah, well, luckily they can't get it. Now this here, Kevin McCarthy. I heard someone yesterday talking that Kevin McCarthy should run as vice president with President Trump. No way. I don't trust this guy, Kevin McCarthy. And look at this. McCarthy pleads with President Trump not to take revenge on Republicans. Well, these aren't real Republicans. These are the ones that President Trump is targeting to primary out of office are fake Republicans that voted to impeach him. All right, so Kevin McCarthy cannot be trusted. I mean, he's like another Paul Ryan, isn't he? I mean, that's just no, Kevin McCarthy, you're wrong. Okay, and he's already starting. So that's the way it is. Guys, that's the way it is. I do not trust Kevin McCarthy at all. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a snake. And I know a lot of us MAGA people, we wanted him to be the Speaker of the House. I don't think so. He's always playing both sides, and he shouldn't. You're either with Trump or not. If you're a Republican, you're either on Trump's side or you're not. And if you're not on Trump's side, get out of the way because you're not a Republican. He's the leader of the Republican Party still. He will be our nominee in 2024, and he's representative of the majority of the Republican constituency. So if you're against him, Kevin McCarthy should be out there telling these dozen or so fake Republicans to lay off Trump. Why is he out there working so hard for Liz Cheney and these snakes? No way, no. Don't trust Kevin McCarthy. He's a bad guy. And if he were to become vice president with Trump or the Speaker of the House, he would be betraying us and President Trump at every opportunity, So, no. Kevin McCarthy is a snake. He's just like Paul Ryan. That's it. I'm sorry. I know he comes down to Mar-a-Lago and takes pictures and everything, but I don't trust him. I do not trust this guy, and I do not want him to be our vice president. I do not want him to be the Speaker of the House. Now, I'd rather him be the Speaker than some Democrat, but I would like another Republican to be the Speaker when we take back the House. Yeah, and there's a lot about this, so I'm not going to read through the article, but Ron DeSantis, the greatest governor in America, my governor here in Florida, and there's this op-ed in the Wall Street Journal. I'll just read the headline. Vindication for Ron DeSantis. The media vilified him for rejecting harsh lockdowns, but Florida's COVID-19 numbers are better than California or New York's, and the economy in Florida is thriving. And that is right on the money. I mean, it's amazing that the economy of Florida is thriving so much because we don't have very many tourists. Spring break's going on right now, so things are busy, but that's a rare thing. I mean, we haven't had our tourists at all, and the economy's still being held together. I mean, Ron DeSantis, he's the one that should be writing a textbook on leadership during a crisis, because he did everything right, and we're the second most populous state in Florida, soon to be number one in another couple years, and things are going very well down here, and boom, there you go. Oh man. Oh yeah, we already talked about this. Another story on the two women. Now we're up to 5 with Governor Cuomo. I won't go through that again because we talked about that at the top. But no, I say nothing happens to him. What do you guys think? 1, if you think nothing will happen to Governor Cuomo. 2, you think he's out. What do you guys think? 1, he gets away with everything. 2, he's out. And by gets away with everything, that means remains in office. My vote would be a 1. That would be mine. What do you guys think? 1, he gets away with it. 2, he's out. If you're a Republican, he'd be done. I mean, that's just the way it is. But Democrats, yeah, exactly. Yeah, 2, 1, split. I don't know. Yeah, we're pretty split there. We're pretty split. I'm not saying that he should not be. Of course, he should be done. But we got some 2s. But it seems everyone thinks the majority, nothing happens to him. Yeah. I don't know why that is. I really don't know why it is that Democrats have complete immunity from anything. Why do you guys think that is? I don't really know. I don't know. I don't know why they get away with everything. I know they don't have high standards, but he's breaking their big Me Too thing. When Bill Clinton was doing it, it was before Me Too. Resigns, Mark says resigns. He does not have it in him to resign. No, I'd be shocked. If I woke up one day and they announced he was resigning, I would be in shock. For him to resign, they would have to have something not only incredibly graphic, there would have to be like video of it. A woman making the worst allegation you could make, and it would have to be documented for it to happen. I mean, look what happened to Matt Lauer. Remember how terrible... The accusations against Matt Lauer were far more severe than this, and he resigned with some big golden parachute, and he's living the life of, living the life of Riley with his millions of dollars. They took him off the Today Show, but I wouldn't be surprised if they brought him back, to tell you the truth. But the allegations against him were far more severe than this. So no, I say he gets away with it. Now this story here, that I saw this today, and this is a true story, by the way. Gateway Pundit. Biden advisor Susan Rice burned sage to cleanse the Trump White House office of Stephen Miller. And she actually did do this, and there it is. There's the burning sage. Wonder if the smoke detector went off with that at the White House. And then she put up some Caribbean artwork. And this, by the way, was reported in the New York Times. So it's just being reprinted in Gateway Pundit. So New York Times reported it. And the sage is to ward off all the evil spirits that Stephen Miller and the Trump people, the evil spirit of making America great again. I mean, that's... and this goes into, what we were talking about. She was involved in the spy operation on Trump Tower. She went in and read the transcripts and everything. She was signed in on the logs, and boom, And look what happened when she lied about Benghazi on national television. And here she is, some big job in the White House. So, Democrats always get away with everything. Yeah, voodoo. I wouldn't be surprised if they had a little Trumpy bear, and she was doing like, little voodoo and spells with her Trumpy bear or something. I know. Exactly. Well, this is a Caribbean thing. Let me go down because it said something about that. Let's see here. I saw this in the story earlier. Let's see. Okay, now Ms. Rice occupies the West Wing office that was previously inhabited by Stephen Miller, President Donald J. Trump's top policy advisor, aware of the symbolism of a black woman who has been vilified by conservatives, occupying the space where Mr. Trump's most hardline immigration advisor used to dictate policy. Ms. Rice has decorated it with Haitian art and scented it with sage. Now, what does this mean? Aware of the symbolism of a black woman who has been vilified by conservatives? She went and lied about Benghazi, where Americans, including the U.S. ambassador, were murdered. Okay, she lied to the American people about that. Remember that ridiculous video she blamed for it? And she was all wrapped up in the spy operation on Trump Tower. So she's been vilified for good reason and has nothing to do... She's playing the race card. It has nothing to do with her being African American. It's that she's a liar and a corrupt public official. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's the story we started with. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys, if you'd like to join us, this is our 2022. Can you believe it's going to be 2022? I forgot, it's 2021 already, right? This is our MAGA, our Steve Kane radio listener MAGA cruise. It's January 21st, 2022. You are all invited, and we are going to these locations on the Celebrity Equinox, and Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, and also we have a stop in the Cayman Islands, which isn't listed here for some reason. But we're going to Grand Cayman, and let me see if the map will pull up. Yeah, see, here's the map where we're going to be going. We leave out of Fort Lauderdale, and then boom, our first stop, we go around Cuba, which is pretty cool because when you go around Cuba, you get so close, you get to see it, and it's really pretty. And then we go to Grand Cayman Island, Bonaire, Curacao. Look how close we're going to be to South America. And Aruba. And then after Aruba, we steam back home to Fort Lauderdale. And we have, an awesome good time. And it's a lot of fun. And I thought, do you guys? I have a video on my YouTube channel from our last cruise, and I'll show you some of it. Okay, maybe not the whole thing, but if you want to join us, call our travel agent Ian, Cruise and Travel Depot. See, this is me and my daughter boarding the ship. I'm all Caribbean out here, Ian at Cruise and Travel Depot, our travel agent, 561-244-5779. He's our travel agent. He handles all these cruises. CruisingDepot.com. Now, this last cruise, we were on the Celebrity Silhouette. Okay, I'll play some of this for you, so you can see how much fun we have. Oh, hold on.
I'm not Kathy.
There we go. I forgot her name.
I'm excited to go. Hey, Brian and Emily here with Main Street Moments.
That's our other channel.
On our ship, the Celebrity Silhouette. That's it right there.
That's the one we went on last time.
Pretty big.
Oh, you should go, Andrea. Now, my wife, Kathy, did all the editing on this video. I think she did a really good job. Look at this. They give you
our
champagne.
Party.
These are all listeners of ours.
The ship here.
That,
Pretty cool, huh?
it's a lot of fun. Oh, I hit pause. This is all our group on the bow, private party we have.
See, now we get to go in these behind-the-scenes crew areas because we're on the bow for the sail away party.
See, look, she punked me.
This is our bow.
It'll be over by then, Meryl.
And then there's me.
Hey.
And then, of course, the bed splits apart into two beds, which as soon as we see the concierge, we're going to have
This
to
was
turn
our
that
cabin.
into two beds.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Some artwork here.
Yeah, this was my cabin with my daughter. Celebrity cruises.
Closet.
Fancy stuff in here.
Oh, they have the fancy bathrobes, Emily.
They're not as good as the My Pillow bathrobes, though.
And here we are in the bathroom. Now, the bathrooms on Celebrity are really big.
The number?
For a cruise ship.
Here, I'll give you the number. Hold on. The number is in the video here. It is 561-244-5779. It's right there. 561-244-5779. And everybody on the cruise, these are all MAGA people, and we have a great time. I'm just giving a tour, showing you guys.
Really a nice size.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, this is the cleanest our cabin will look all week because we'll start unpacking and get moved in and everything. But they give us all this nice stuff.
It depends on which cabin you
they
pick.
give us a bag.
It's a lot of fun.
This is all of our information about what we're doing and everything going on with that. They leave here for you. Nice couch. I love it. The room's awesome. Here we are, out, having some coffee on the Celebrity Silhouette.
This is early in the morning.
This incredible coffee bar that tastes much better than Starbucks. And since it's a cruise ship, it's all included. You don't have to pay for it. This is the best tasting coffee. And wait to see this view.
The prices, I don't, the prices depend on, what cabin you get. So there's different prices depending on what you do. This is our cruise. So, and this cruise that we're going on is a 9-day cruise. We leave on a Friday and we return the following Sunday. And we hang out a lot. You'll see here in the video. So $14.99. That says average. So there's probably some that are less, depending on what cabin you pick.
So we are just north of Cuba right now.
This is the first morning, the next day.
The Cayman Islands. Tomorrow we'll be in Grand Cayman Island. And this is just beautiful. It's early. It's about 6:45 in the morning, so not very many
I'm always
people
up
are
early.
Hey,
See how fast we're
basically I have
going?
the whole deck to myself. Having this great coffee. I love it. Oh, man. It's so relaxing.
I'm very relaxed. This is the coffee bar over here. I'm up early. There's hardly anybody up. This one was 7 days, but our next one's 9. We leave on a Friday and come back the following Sunday. Because we have 4 stops. I filmed this on my GoPro. This video here is all on my GoPro. And you'll see we took an excursion, which was like one of the most fun days I ever had in my life. That comes up in a little bit. It was raining a little bit this morning. This cruise was in
we're way
November.
Down on the bottom of the ship. I mean, we're like, I guess we're below, are we?
Not my cabin. I went down to the bottom of the ship so I could go up. You know, I was on deck 11 on this one, but I went down to the bottom so I could see what was going on down there. I wasn't staying below the water line. I was on deck 11.
The water level here? Ah, deck 2. My cabin's up on 11.
It is big. Isn't that beautiful? Now, the ship we're going on is the sister ship of this one, the Celebrity Equinox. So they look a lot alike, although the Equinox just was remodeled and refitted. Isn't that cool, the elevator? That's why I went down to the second deck
way back
to show how the elevator
actually
looks.
on this deck 11, which is kind of nice. You don't want to be too close to the elevators because there's so much traffic, you know, that's coming by.
This is
your
like
room all the
7:30
time.
in the
If you're
morning.
Back a ways. You don't have people walking by your room.
I
all
take
day
off.
and
I
all
don't do the
night
radio show
to
from
get to the
sea.
elevators. I requested that actually this time. Here we are. We're going to Georgetown, Grand Cayman Island.
Yeah, and these are this boat here. These are listeners of ours in our group, and well, the boat has more than 11 decks. I was just on deck 11. It goes higher than that. This is Grand Cayman Island, and we went to. We had to take a launch.
Driving on the left side of the road, Emily.
They're driving on the left side there.
The most difficult part is crossing the street. Oh yeah, because when you cross the street, you know, you normally look right and then left, but here you gotta look.
So you're on the left side of the road.
So I just walked right out into the street basically without looking.
This was my first time in the Cayman Islands, and it is really cool. We're going to have a beach party in the Cayman Islands the next time at a resort like the one we went to here. We just went and hung out at the beach. That's all my GoPro. See, I have a good time. I relax.
Hey everyone, Brian and Emily here. We are in the ocean in Georgetown, Grand Cayman.
We have a lot of fun on these
That's
things.
right. This is the world famous 7 Mile Beach. Right, so here we are. We're on the beach. Our little beach resort on the 7
Yeah, and
Mile
we're going to have
Beach.
a beach party on a
And I
beach
can
resort just like this
barely
next
see Our
time.
cruise ship over there.
Ship's over
I'm not sure
here.
if you could see it. It's behind the palm trees. I could just
Somewhere
see
over
the
here.
smokestacks of the cruise ship.
Oh, there it is. I see it.
It's probably about 2 or 3 miles up the beach.
This is the 7 Mile Beach.
And then
Hey, Andrea,
these are
$5
all the
super chat.
different
Thank
things
you.
you can do. Yeah, jet ski
Why do I
rental,
stand up in the
jet
studio?
Ski, shipwreck safari
'Cause
tour,
It gives you more energy.
snorkel, just rent gear to do it off the beach, kayaks, glass bottom boat tour adventure, 30 minutes, $35
It
per
is.
person, with option to be dropped off at the port at the end of the tour. Oh, that's really a good deal because you don't have to take a taxi back to the ship. The boat will take you
Yeah, this
to
was
the
a lot of
dock
fun.
where our ship is.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. So we're going to have a beach party place like this with a bar like this, and there's food and everything. And it's all MAGA people. I don't know why they're in the pool and not the beach. So that's a bar. See the chairs at the bar? It's pretty cool.
Walk around.
It started
Town
raining.
a little bit, right around where the cruise ship is, just for a bit, and show you guys what's around town.
This is
looks
still
like
Grand
a real
Cayman.
person's going to get up. If that guy got up, that statue, I would be shocked, but it wouldn't really surprise me that much. Ice cream. All right, let's go. Cayman Islands ice cream.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun that day. That's my daughter, Emily. We're going to Aruba. Yeah. That little chicken. Okay, this is actually on the ship. Okay, and this is the silent disco. So everyone's wearing headphones, and you can listen to different kinds of music. And the music you're listening to is based on the color. Each color is a different music. And you can switch it. You can turn the headphones, like it can be dance music, it can be like 80s music, it can be rock music. And if you don't have headphones on, it's completely silent and everyone's just dancing. It's a lot of fun. I mean, oh, hold on. Oh, it froze up on me. Hold on here. There we go. This is English Gary. He and his wife go on all our cruises. And that's Dr. Lemaski, Dr. Janae Lemaski. Right, you hear us talking about her sometimes. She was on the last cruise. They're dancing. These are all listeners. These are listeners of ours that went with us. These are two sisters. They're listeners of ours that went with us. And this is the daughter of another listener that joined us. And this guy here, this is Todd. And let me show you Todd. This is Todd. He's a good friend of mine and Steve's, and he died in a car accident last year. Terrible. He was with us. Now, this is dinner one night.
Here we are. We're in Mexico.
That was our dinner.
Getting ready to go on our excursion. We're walking to our tour bus.
These are all listeners of ours, and this is...
And they said it's 84 degrees, so it's cooler here than it is in Florida.
Now, these are all listeners of ours, and we took a day trip. And see, there's Gary again, and you guys sometimes see Rob in the chats in the morning. This is Rob's here. This is Rob's wife, and this is Patrick. These are all these people. We have our own bus. Richie, the bus driver, is in here too. Maybe you'll see him. And we took a trip in Mexico about an hour drive away from the ship, and we went to these Mayan ruins, and then went to this incredible lake. And went kayaking and this was like the most fun day of my life that I've had on any vacation. We're gonna do a similar thing on the next one. See, this is our tour guide. There's another listener.
Some people have written books, some have a great look that covers the magazines for kids who are 17. But I don't know what to do, staring into the blue sky and just waiting for a sign.
We had a good time.
They are certain of what awaits them when it all ends. But
Two pyramids, they said one is easy and one's difficult, so we're going to do the difficult.
Yes.
I don't know.
That's Rob. You guys see him in the chat a lot? There's Rob.
Remembered in a century, or will I be forgotten like dust in the wind, or the talk of the town that we are living in? Well, I don't know. How could I know what lies ahead of me? Am I part of a grander master plan? Will I be washed away like lines in the sand?
Yeah, Kathy picked the music. It's good, isn't it? Now these ruins, they only found these in the 90s. And hey, Ken, $1.99 super sticker. Thanks so much. And this is Ian's wife. And everybody here you see, these are all listeners in our group. So you can see we got nice people, all MAGA people. And a lot of us, we were wearing Trump gear that day here in Mexico. And we're going to go from the pyramids to the lake, which was like, this was a crazy blast. Oh, let me play it. Here we go.
People that put their faith into someone who's half their age, reading from a torn out page from a book filled with lies. But I don't know what to do. I'm staring into the blue sky and just waiting for a sign.
Now we're going to a place called the Blue Lagoon. It's part of our tour. We have a buffet, which of course is Mexican food because we're in Mexico, open bar, and kayaking, all kinds of things. It's included in our tour package, so that's a pretty good deal. I'm starving, so we'll check out the buffet first, have a drink, then we're gonna go kayaking and swimming in the Blue Lagoon.
Someday is certain of what awaits them when it all ends.
This was so much
I
fun.
don't know what will happen to me. Will I be remembered in a century? Or will I be forgotten
That's Gary's wife, Irma.
Master plan, will I be washed away like the lines in the sand?
This is Rob. They found this butterfly out there.
Good morning, everyone. Brian,
Man, that was a
here.
good
We
day.
Just docked in Cozumel.
This was the next day.
And I'm up on deck 15, just getting a look. I already have my coffee. Not quite woken up yet. It's a little bit after 7 o'clock in the morning. Here we are. We're docked. That's the bow and the helicopter pad where we had our sail away party
she does,
when we
Dee.
first left
Thanks.
Fort Lauderdale. And then you walk right up there. And this area up here, there's a Margaritaville on the right, and Bubba Gump Shrimp on the left, and that's a duty-free shopping area.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jan, $10 super chat. Thank you, thank you. That was a lot of fun this day, too. That's our ship right behind the sign there. This is Cozumel.
All right. Hey, get you on my boat. Victor says, if we want to come drunk, come here. What's the name of this place?
Chile.
At Chile. All right.
Yes.
All right.
Come back here. Don't forget.
Okay.
If you want to become drunk, come there, he
Mexican
says.
Coke. Come all the way to Mexico to get a Coke at 7-Eleven.
This is dinner one night. Watch this. This was my dessert. Silent disco again, another night of that. That's my daughter dancing. And this is all our group. That's our private champagne party. Yeah, I can't believe that's been 2019, November 2019. So if you guys want to join, you're all invited. And Ian, he's our travel agent. You hear us talk about 561-244-5779. And we always have a great time. The next one is the sistership of that one. You can see we have a good time. Well, listen, guys, thanks for watching. Everyone, thanks so much for those super chats. Jan, $10 super chat. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate that. And if you're new, make sure you subscribe, all right? And everyone, thanks for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow.